Now, you know when your potatoes go all mushy and horrible in the bottom of a bag, and you pick it up and it's gooey and stinks horrible, it's kind of a brown oozy liquid? Well, that's because a tiny microscopic worm has gotten into your potato and eaten half of it away, and it's just a horrible mess. Well, these tiny worms are actually useful, and I've got some in this packet. Now, it doesn't look like a rotting potato, does it? But this is called Nemesis vine weevil killer, and basically it's one of those tiny microscopic called nematode worms that doesn't eat potatoes, it eats vine weevils, and that's really useful. You can also get a different kind of tiny little worm that eats slugs, and another one that eats caterpillars, and basically that's all these are. They're tiny microscopic worms about 1 millimetre long, and they attack some of the common pests in the garden. And this one is the Nemesis vine weevil killer, and it comes in a little plug. These particular nematodes are temperature sensitive, so you buy these off the internet and you only put them into the ground when the general temperature is above 14 degrees. Now, I'm not taking the whole of the plastic off this because I want to keep it. I'm only using half for a 2-gallon watering can of water, and basically I'm going to put the plastic back, pop it in the packet and keep it in the fridge until I want to use it again. So it feels like bread, and that's what they're growing in, that's the medium they're growing in. They don't affect humans at all. This particular type only affects vine weevils, and so it's quite safe for you to handle. And all you do is put it into the water in your fingers and munch it about so that it disperses in the watering can. And having dispersed it, give it a good stir. Now, believe it or not, there are about 30 million nematode worms inside this watering can, and this is what we're going to spray on our crops. It's quite safe to put onto your crops. What it means is that later on in the year, when the vine weevils are really hungry, we won't get much damage to roots. Vine weevils nibble away at roots, so vine weevils can be a real pain. You find them also on the young leaves. You get little chunks bitten out of the plant. They also carry viruses around, and that causes the plant to become sick and generally unproductive. This application of nematodes will now do for the next couple of months. I'm going to repeat it in a fortnight. It's now early July, middle of July. I'm going to repeat the application, and hopefully we won't have any problems. Let's go and find out. The idea is that you soak the ground so that the nematode worms get it into the vine weevils as they're munching around, and within a few days they will have infected them, and with a couple of days after that they'll stop living altogether.